LA Talk Radio. This is Max and Friends. I'm your host, Max Tucci. All right, everyone. We're going to go from mantras to music. We've got a great song from Gabe Lopez. He's joining us now in just a moment. We're going to get him on. Let's run and actually let's play his song Red Light. It's his new song that just came out. It's all over the place, and it's here tonight on Max and Friends.
Sunset to Hollywood. It's when you're caught in the middle, but you can't walk away. Sunset to Hollywood. 'Cause love. Flying down the boulevard. Sunset to Hollywood. What drives this fool as I'm into you? I let go of my guard because you feel so good. Please don't be cruel, 'cause this heart is truly, madly, deeply falling hard. Although I know you're unsure of what we are, but still I can't let go. You're a red light, but I can't stop my heart tonight. Red light, gonna lose this fight 'cause it feels too right.
Hey, LA Talk Radio. This is Max and Friends. I'm your host, Max Tucci. That was Red Light by Gabe Lopez. He's here, and he's back tonight. So welcome back, Gabe, to Max and Friends.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for playing my song.
Oh, my God. We love all your music. It was so funny because before the show, we're like, Gabe, I said, Ronan, what songs do we have from Gabe? And Gabe was like, I think you just have Boomerang and now Red Light. And it was like 55 songs.
I know. I was like, wow, my fan.
We have like your whole catalog here on Max and Friends.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on.
No, it's my pleasure. And, it's so funny because I'm involved with this organization called Unicorn Children's Foundation, and there's this sweet girl, Amy Mann, who works there. And she saw that you and I were friends on Facebook, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, my God, you know Gabe? I'm like, yeah. She's like, he's why I listen to K-pop. I'm like, wait, because Amy got me addicted to K-pop. And then all of a sudden, like, there was like this revelation that Gabe Lopez is like Mr. K-pop.
Yeah, I wrote a couple songs for some acts out in South Korea, and one by this group Shinny went to like I think number 3 or number 5 out there.
Oh my God,
there's
I
been a handful of other ones too. That's so cool. I need to catch them. That's so cool. They do shows out here. I still have to catch one.
It's so funny. We're like literally sitting in the office, and all of a sudden, like one of the songs will come on, and Amy's like, "That's Gabe's song," and then all of a sudden, I'm like, "Oh my God, I love it! Who needs American boy bands when there's K-pop?"
They run them through the machine out there. It's amazing.
It is amazing. And speaking of boy bands, you're like doing some great things again here with. Tell us about what's going on because you're like super busy.
I'm really busy and I'm loving it. You know me. I'm a workaholic. I love being involved in so many things. Red Light, what you just heard, came out December 12th on 12/12/12, and the remix came out 12/21/12, and it just hit Sirius XM and iHeartRadio this past week. So I'm really, really excited about that.
And now Max and Friends, LA Talk Radio.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Boomerang, my last single, did pretty well on radio and on BPM and all that, and now Red Light seems to be hitting a little bit harder, so I'm excited about that. And then referencing the boy bands, I've been working with New Kids on the Block on their upcoming new album, so that's going to be a blast. It's I think we've done like 7 songs, and I think a couple will make the album. I'm hoping it looks like so.
Well, listen, I'm going to come out to LA, and when I get back into the studio, LA Talk Radio, you've been to the studio. You were there the last time. The fan club, I think, and we were just like hanging out there. The next time I'm back in LA in the studio that they have for me there, which is wonderful, I want you to come in with New Kids on the Block so we can have a good old kiki.
That sounds like a blast.
And now you're working with Belinda Carlisle too, right?
Oh my gosh, Belinda has been such an influence. She's an idol of mine. I own everything she's ever done, and the Go-Go's, everything they've ever done.
Favorite Belinda Carlisle song?
Say it again. My favorite one?
Yes.
Well, I would say like Mad About You and Heaven on Earth. Those are the obvious ones, but also Too Much Water. Like her Real album from 1993. I love that album. And, dude, it was so weird because like her son he was raised in the south of France, and somehow he heard of me and my music. I don't know how. And then he hit me up on Facebook and said, he was a fan. I said, oh, that's really cool. And then he said who his mom was, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, she's a huge influence. And so I sent songs her way, and the third one I sent finally stuck, and she was like, oh, I want to do this song. So we recorded it, and it'll be out as her single in, I think, March or April.
Well, listen, I've got some questions for you tonight from listeners. So
Okay.
Speaking of recording, what's the crazy experience you've had in the recording studio?
Oh my gosh, that I can talk about?
Yeah.
Let's see. There's always like commotion. Let's see. I feel like a couple months ago, you know the artist, The Game, the rapper.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so he's pretty hardcore, and he records down the hall in one of the recording studios I record in, and I think this might have even been one of the days Belinda came by. So we're like working in there, and I walk outside to go to the bathroom, and the whole hall like smells like weed, and it's just like it's permeating everywhere. There's no denying it. Like you walk in the hall, and you're gonna get pretty happy.
You know what? Look at that roster and call me next time he's in.
and then I swear like later on I either heard like a bunch of 808s, drums hitting, or some gunshots. I don't know, but it was just like, what's the dichotomy of like angst and guns and then weed? I don't know. It's always different every time you go in.
What I love to say is too much too soon. Right?
Yes.
Now, here we have, I love these questions, and they just keep coming in. So, what is your favorite song you've written and why?
Oh my gosh.
Say Red Light, promote it.
I know. I love Red Light because for me it's about, when you're loving someone and you see all the red flags, all the red lights that you should stop, and you just can't. You gotta
Why
see where
don't
it goes.
we?
I don't know. Because we want to see if maybe we'll finally get the green light. There's that hope, that optimism, And I'm all about being optimistic. So
Absolutely. That's why just before you, we had this wonderful, wonderful lady on, Satyabama, and she was telling us about mantras. And, a lot of songs, mantras are mantras because they're like derived from Sanskrit. But, a lot of songs come from mantras. And, I would love to see you work in that aspect because I think that would be groovy to get some Sanskrit into your music. Because, we all just love your music. It's a groovy idea, no?
I would totally be down for that. Email me some mantras, and I'll get right to work. I have the new album in the works. That's like halfway done, so maybe we'll see some mantras on there.
I'm going to, because you know what? There's some really good ones, and I will get them to you. I will email them after the show. Now, who are like your dream artists that you would want to work with?
Honestly, and I'm not kidding you, Belinda has been one of my dream artists forever. And there's pictures of like me with the posters and the albums and the the CDs and everything. And my family was just, when I finally told them I was working with her, they were like, are you kidding me? This has been a long-time idol. And for her to be such a hard worker, just the best person to work with. She's like everybody you want your idol to be and more. So
I'm
Belinda,
in love with
definitely.
Belinda Carlisle.
She's the coolest person. Like, we do coffee and that. She's just awesome.
I love it. When is her CD coming out?
I don't know if she can do the full album or hers, she said?
Yeah.
Or we have the one single, and there's talk of an EP. There's talk of I know she's doing a tour. She just got off the tour with the Go-Go's again, which I got to go see. They were awesome at the Hollywood Bowl. And I should also say Jane from the Go-Go's co-wrote some of the lyrics on this upcoming single, so working with her was a blast too. And so there's talk of an EP. Hopefully we'll be in the studio doing more, but I know she'll be touring with this song and doing the whole,
When that single comes out, I want you and Belinda to come on air, because that's going to be so
that
much
would be
fun.
cool.
Oh, we'll have a
she
blast.
lives back in L.A. again, so I think we can totally coordinate that.
I love it. Now, speaking of L.A. and going on tour and all that good stuff, you're going on a birthday this Wednesday.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Because I just got a tweet and someone wants to know, what are you doing for your birthday on Wednesday?
Actually, that's so funny. There's a promo running that day. I want to, I've had a lot of supporters for a long time, and every time I have a song on radio, people support it and call in and all that. So on this Wednesday the 16th, what I'm doing is my first two albums will be free for download. From my website. The first album, This Is About You, and the album from 2011, Shine Like the Sun. Both albums in full will be free That does not include Red Light, which is the new single from the upcoming album. But all the other songs, just for that day on Wednesday, will be free. So that's kind of my gift for people who have supported me for a long time.
All right. Well, we got to wrap things up here. But before we do that, I've got another question for you. And
Sure.
someone asked, what are your thoughts on leaked songs/demos on YouTube?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think sometimes it's on purpose from the artist to kind of get a buzz going. And other times the label doesn't really support an artist, so maybe that's a good way for the song to get out there if the label doesn't think it should be released. And other times it's really an artist's work that they've really been working hard on trying to develop, and it's not fully fleshed out, and then it really kind of hurts the artist's feelings.
Well, you know why? Because the second part of that question was, what about in cases such as Varsity Fan Club where the song will never officially be released? Because I know who wrote that question, and they were so pissed off because they wanted to hear that song be released, and it never happened.
Coming from someone who produced and co-wrote probably half of those, I'm glad that those songs are leaked and seeing the light of day. So from my point, being a producer and writer on those, it makes me happy.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of red tape.
My listener who's listening right now is like, oh my God, thank you for telling me that, because she was so into Varsity Fan Club, and when we had them here on the show, they blew up. Like, I don't think we've ever had as many listeners or callers ever on LA Talk Radio than that night.
Well,
but
they've revamped. They're now called After Romeo, and they're the Thomas left and he went solo. I actually produced Thomas's solo stuff, so Thomas is solo, and the rest of the guys are After Romeo now. So they're doing new music. They're amazing.
No, they're totally groovy. And, but there's nothing like K-pop, and I'm just y'all need to merge them together. You need to get After Romeo mixed in with some K-pop of those guys, because it's just an awesome idea. I love it, and I just think it's so groovy. And you know what? Speaking of all the red lights going on in our life, it's come to the red light here on Max and Friends, and we got to stop. But
thank you so much.
No, I don't want to end. This is fun. It always comes to the point when we got to go that I'm like, I don't want to go yet. And then I always get the wrap it up thing. But Gabe, it's a pleasure having you on here always on Max and Friends. And definitely we want to have you back, because music is something that I've made the goal for this year on Max and Friends, to bring more artists on, to bring more songs on, and to really just, because I love music, I think as much as you do. And I just want everyone to have it be a part of their lives every day, if it's not already. So Red Light is going to be that song for you all. You can get that. Where can they get it? On iTunes, right?
It's on iTunes, on Spotify, pretty much everywhere.
everywhere it is, you can find it.
Yeah.
So, and also everyone, Boomerang, we're gonna play out of here. Oh, I don't have time to, so we're gonna play it next time we're here. But Gabe, happy birthday coming up this week.
Thank you. All right, cool.
Great night. All right. How can everyone find you on Twitter?
At Gabe Lopez Songs.
That's simple. At Gabe Lopez Songs. All right, we got to run. Thanks so much, my friend. I'm going to talk to you after the show and just say thank you again and talk to you after.
All right, cool. Thank you again.
All right,
thank you so much. Rock on.
My pleasure. All right, we got to wrap this up. I thank you all for being here tonight, and I love that we took music and mantras to the max. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Take life to the max. Stop for a minute, breathe, and know that all will be well within your soul. Just as much as possible. On that note, love you all, but I got to go. Have a wonderful week and take life to the max. CBS News is coming up next. Good night.